We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
No Brains, No Headache podcast, episode 161 rum, coming at you. Well, not live once again, but we're coming at you. We got a few rollover minutes, at least I do, from the night prior. My name's Jordan. The name's Jordan. Happy to be here. I'm your host.
I'm Fingers 911.
We got Big Tuna 007 across from me, a.k.a. Ongo, a.k.a. Matt, my co-host. Matt, how are you on this fine Sunday?
So I was doing pretty well, actually. I had a couple just beers, and then we were sitting in the studio, and we have our wheel thing. So I was like, hey, Jordan, I'm always a betting man, and we have these really shitty shooters that my dad gave me. Well, some of them are nice, but some of them are very shitty. And I was like, this one's called Fire River Whiskey. Should probably be pretty good. And I was like, you know what? If the wheel lands on cash, which is 1 out of 12.
I don't know. The odds are...
Yeah, 1 in 10. And I was like, I'll take this shot. Betting with myself again. This is me piercing my ears because Duke didn't win the national championship all over again. And I spin it, and Jordan's like, what kind of spin was that? And it lands on cash, and then he just starts laughing, and I have to take this shot. And I literally wanted to die.
Like I said, I got rollover minutes from last night. I think that's starting to wear off. The hangover's starting to set in. A lot going on here. Episode 161, No Brains, No Headache podcast. Matt has had a couple of the Busch Lattes and some off-brand whiskey to start off the day. I also set the wastebasket near him just in case he needs that later. You never know what's going to happen. But the show must go on. We have to record.
Can we talk about the fact that every whiskey that's, even if you know it's like a very shitty vodka, says like world renowned or like best vodka? They need to stop lying and be like, it's $7.99. Have fun blacking out.
It's $7.99. Your head's going to be pounding in the morning. Similar to mine. I mean, I went out to a country music festival in North Dakota. You can do the math. And they ran out of vodka out there. It's funny you say that. Was forced to drink whiskey the rest of the night. Not great. Not great for old Jordan. There is a reason he stays off the whiskey. If I am blatantly ordering whiskeys and I have several other options, that is cause for concern. And I had no other options last night. It was, it was whiskey this, whiskey that. What do you want?
If Jordan's ordering whiskey, take his shoelaces away.
If Jordan's ordering whiskey, get out a box of Kleenexes and turn off your phone because it's going to be a while.
From the arms of...
But seriously.
God knows I'm drinking too much.
It's true, though.
Yeah, that's how we got kicked off YouTube. Whatever.
What? Oh, I actually have something. Somebody fingered my drink. So, I was just walking by. I said hi to somebody, and the dude takes his finger and spins it around in my drink, and I was like, what the fuck?
Did you know the guy?
That's the funny part is I did not know this guy. He thought he knew me. Apparently I have a doppelganger out there, and I was like, okay, let's not do that. And I walked away, and I was like, what the fuck? There better be some extra booze in here to kill off the germs from homeboy's greasy old finger in my drink.
I've done that to people that I thought, and I was like, oh my God. I do it a lot to people that I think I'm seeing, that I'm like, hey, and try to scare them or something, and I'm like, oh God.
Whatever you just said scared me. I don't know what that was. I don't know what noise came out of you right there, but that definitely scared me. But no, I didn't know this guy, so I walked away, and then moments later he came up to me with the most sincere apology ever. I was like, okay, well, at least this guy has some manners.
Did he buy you another drink?
Yeah, and then he offered to buy me a drink, and I definitely took. I mean, if you're going to offer to buy me a drink, I'm going to take you up on it.
I actually like this guy now.
Yeah, he actually turned out to be a really cool guy. He apologized for fingering my drink with no consent whatsoever, and then he bought me a drink. So I guess it all canceled out. I just had to, put some dirty vodka water down the old gullet.
What kind of vodka was it?
I usually order Tito's.
Oh, okay. They had Tito's. Okay, that's good.
This was not at the country music festival in North Dakota that I went to and attended. This was at a different time, but I saw it in my notes. I thought it was worth mentioning.
Oh, yeah.
The old finger in the drink, the random. Nothing like getting some random fingers up in your drink. Pretty wild night.
It would have been great if you would have like came back and be like, "Here's your drink," and you just got roofied. Like,
here's your drink,
classic.
and just throw it in his face. Like, thanks for buying me a drink, jackass.
If you want to roofie someone, then just do that.
That's the way to do it. Apparently, there's alcohol powder out there. It's very illegal because it's very potent. But I was thinking of that. I was like, wow, like if somebody had some alcohol powder, I feel like that would be the same thing as roofing if you just like sprinkle it in their drink.
Is that how astronauts get drunk?
I don't know. Do you know it takes astronauts 45 minutes to take a dump?
What? How have I not heard that before? Most of what I look up online is poop related.
I should not have brought this up. Now I'm Googling it.
Do they have to like duct tape themselves to the ceiling? Or no, I've looked up a video about how they poop.
Okay, let's back it up a hair. I think it's because of gravity, and then they also have to like strip down, and I don't know. I don't really know. Just take my word for it.
They have to get completely naked and then shower afterwards. I had a friend in college that did that. Like he would take a poop at my house, and then you literally like you hear the shower running. You're like,
161 is off to a hot start. No Brains, No Headache podcast. I'm Jordan. That's Matt. Cleary's Comments, the segment where we banter about random things. Matt, what do you got for me? I need some water.
6, 12, 18, 24 challenge. Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. Okay, so it's you have 24 hours to do this, and you can either pick one for each of them. You have to do 24 of this, 18 of that, and so on.
6 hot dogs.
It's 6 miles walked or run. They say run, but I'm gonna say walk because I don't want to or it's either miles, beers drank, donuts, and jerking off.
So you have to pick one for each of those?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 24 for jaying off. I mean, 1 an hour. That's easy. Just keep on pace. Beers, I would go 18. 12 donuts. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got to go 12 donuts in 6 miles. Maybe I'll walk 12 miles, but that's like 4 hours out of your day.
I think jerking off has to be 6. If I jerk off 24 times in a day, my dick is going to get ripped off by the end of the day.
Oh, it's going to be dry heaving by round 7.
Round 3.
You need to up those numbers.
Those are rookie numbers. I was going jerking off, miles, donuts, beers. I had 4 donuts.
18 donuts?
I had 4 donuts for lunch on Friday.
I would say if you J one out 24 times, you're probably set for like the month. And then you can just have beers all the time.
I think it'd be fucking impossible to do that. Because you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk and have 3 beers.
While you're just jerking off on your walk.
And eating a donut.
Yeah.
That's like connected to a clothes hanger on your ear.
It could happen. The 6, 12, 18, 24 challenge. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of donuts. It's a lot of masturbation. The beers is the least of my concern.
I think you can knock down 24 beers in 24 hours. I think it would be like...
So you have to do this in a 24-hour span?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
So wake up at... I think I would start it at 6 a.m. and then go till 6 a.m.
Just cranking it twice an hour?
I think I would just walk 6 miles to start out. Then jerk off.
I think if you're walking around jaying off, eating donuts all day, cops are going to get called. Cops are definitely getting called.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do this challenge at all. Are you challenging me to do this challenge?
Kind of.
I mean, I'm already pretty empty as is. It's a long morning. Relapsed on the hub.
I relapsed hard.
I did. I mean, I'm a man. I'm only human, okay? I can be vulnerable sometimes, and I'm okay with that. I'm aware. I'm aware of what's going on. And there's a lot of dry heaving between the whiskey and the hub.
I'm dry heaving out both ends.
My head is pounding right now. So let's just keep it on moving. Also, we have the Olympics for you. Haven't done the Olympics in a while. That's our ranking game we occasionally play. We pick a topic, then we give out medals according to our picks, and we'll get to that down the road here. But Matt, I got a question for you. Swingers. I want to talk swingers real quick. Swinging, the act of swinging. What are the rules? Like, do you need to be married or in a relationship and have something to offer, or can you just be the drunk bachelor off the street? And obviously, I'm asking for a friend.
Well, I think if you're the chick,
the wife,
it's different if you're the wife and the guy. And I know this is bad to say, but it's like, I think swingers and I think females.
For sure.
And I think guys doing it is just cheating.
Oh, so it's okay for the women to do it, but the guys can't?
Yeah, because it benefits me if it does.
Meaning, if you're the husband, you're getting some other ass, but then you're cheating, but then your wife's with somebody else, and that's okay?
Yeah.
Sounds like a guilt trip right there.
Well, if you think about it, like the thing that came out was like the guy from No Jumper and his wife, like Lena, they do a podcast where they talk to a porn star and then they both bang the porn star after they do a podcast.
Nice.
And they film it. And it's okay because it's always two girls and him. And then his wife recently banged some huge black dude. And then, only then, it became a problem.
Then it became an issue.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. It's just like, how are you okay with it in the first place? I feel like it might be an awkward morning. A lot of trust issues out there. But how does it work, though? And I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a terrible idea. I mean,
I think it happens.
Do you want a divorce? Swing.
I think it happens more than we think.
For sure. I mean, and is it because your marriage is getting boring? Or are you just that horny? I want to know. I want names.
Yeah, we'll just put out a list. Like, anyone here that's swinging, let me know.
Got any of those listeners out there? Come join the studio sometime.
Got rid of the futon, but the floor's nice.
I saw you make a spinach dip in a loaf of sourdough bread once.
I had to play something there. Wait a minute. I got a good one. Wait for it.
Why don't you try getting jacked off under the table in front of the whole damn family and have some real problems?
If anybody's listening while at work right now, I sincerely apologize. Also, probably not best to have it on around the children. But yeah, it's your choice. Just like the swinging, you can live your life how you want to. I don't care. That's probably not a good idea. Can you be the bachelor off the street? I'm willing to do that for you. I'm putting my name out there. Do you need a hand? Need a snack? What do you need? Need some Gatorade? I need some Gatorade right now.
Now that you think about it and things you've said to me, there's definitely one bar I can think of in our area that is full of swingers.
All the time.
Does it rhyme with...
No, let's
think?
stop.
Does it rhyme with the think?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to stop you right there. Let's move on before we get down a rabbit hole and possibly arrested.
What do you think when someone says we're going to do a canned food drive?
I think you're getting rid of all your old canned shit in the back of your car.
Dude, that's going to be the worst. It's like, hey, we collected 122 cans of old beans. Congratulations. If I bring anything to a canned food drive, it's something I bought 5 years ago.
It's like cat food.
It's so old that it's expired and it's canned food.
Somehow that adds up. I think a canned food drive is essentially us as a society saying, you know what, we need to clean out our pantries every once in a while.
You know what, we can give them to people that might actually use them. Not because they like the taste of this, it's because they have to eat it because they won't die.
It helps. It helps to eat so you don't die. I had some hamburger helper earlier. I don't know how much it helped, but I feel like I'm not going to die now.
Noodles is a great hungover food.
Yeah, I need something to soak up all the fucking whiskey I was forced to drink.
You couldn't have gone rum?
There was nothing else, Matt. I guess at one point I went to seltzers.
Oh.
But it was just like, I wanted some liquor. I want something on ice. I want a cocktail. I don't want a fucking canned seltzer. If I wanted that, I would have gotten that all day. Maybe if I hadn't drank so much earlier, there would have been some left over. Maybe it's my fault.
I mean, places that run out of booze, and I've been there, in kind of a smaller sense that it was like a wedding, and
it's not a good place to run out of booze.
But they ran out of we're out of vodka, and I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. And it's like, we're out of whiskey, and it's like, we're out of rum. And so at the end of the night, people are like, can I get a gin and
prune juice,
ginger beer? Just ordering random shit. Be like, I'll do a rum cranberry juice, and you're like, what? What are we ordering?
Yeah, I'm not saying they're at fault. I mean, if anything, it's a good thing if we're running out of stuff. That means everybody's boozing it up, having a good time. But the way I am feeling right now, thank you, is because of consuming whiskey. And I don't know how we got onto this again after a canned food drive, but I am trying to fire on cylinders. And you know what the surprising part is, Matt? We just had this moment a second ago. Matt is the one who's acting like he was forced to drink whiskey all night. This kid has no brains at all.
It's bad. Well, it started out yesterday where Jordan's like, hey, can you grab me a beer from the fridge? And I grab him a beer and I sit down and Jordan looks over and the fridge is just wide open.
Just forgets to close the fridge. Like you open
the studio's not that big. I could spit and hit the fridge. And it closes by itself if you even do it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't you've been opening and closing a fridge for 29 years of your life, and
I forgot one of the 2 steps to grabbing a beer.
3.
Open the
fridge, grab your beer, close the fridge. 2 of them have to deal with the fridge.
I got a 66%, otherwise known as failing.
Yeah, and the brain hurts right now. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. The brain hurts. Canned food drive sounds like a huge pyramid scheme. What do you think about that?
It is. I don't know how much gets used, because if you send it and they're like, oh, we're at this canned food drive place, I don't know where it goes, but do they just this is expired, throw it away, or they're like, you know what, they're homeless, they'll eat it anyways?
Yeah, I mean, if you're homeless, I wouldn't take too much for granted there. You gotta take what you can get.
The reason I I went into a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and they were doing a canned food drive at the beginning of it. They're like, put in bring a canned food item and you get 5% off or something. And I didn't do that because it was 5% off, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this restaurant. Let me get a can of food. But I went and kind of perused the box to just see what people were putting in. There was a lot of lima beans, creamed corn was a big one, or just canned vegetables, mixed canned vegetables that
dude, canned soup isn't even good.
It's very bad.
Canned soup is terrible, actually. You ever been really sick and I don't know, in college or whatever, and all you have is what's in your pantry, the non-perishable stuff. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little better. I'll make this canned chicken soup. That ought to be good.
It has 2 pieces of tiny chicken in it.
Oh, God. And there's just no flavor. It's just
I will say the one soup that I will ride or die with is Campbell's tomato.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
mainly because
it's
paired with grilled cheese.
Well, of course. Or do you ever eat those ones that you can just drink like a coffee?
Yeah, the soup to go, I'm not a fan.
No?
It's just slightly worse than it's decent if it's just hot as shit. It's like coffee. If you make shitty coffee and it's lukewarm, it tastes terrible. If it's hot as shit, it's good to sip on.
Yeah, those were cool when I was wintertime, had to go work outside or something and just have something warm there. But other than that, the canned soup, not very good. I can't imagine the canned lima beans that were expired in 2019 are really good either. Yeah.
I've like done this thing where if I'm gonna like work outside and it's not like work, it's like if I have some peppermint schnapps, don't blame me. Peppermint schnapps is fucking delicious.
It's because you're a raging alcoholic.
Well,
the finger in the ass is my favorite move. I don't know what that was, but shall we move on?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be a fast episode. I sincerely apologize, but if you were in my shoes right now, I think you would understand.
it's summer. People don't want to listen for long. We'll give them a half hour. They can deal with it.
Matt's also wearing a Pluto Never Forget shirt.
Yeah, 1930 to 2006.
Had a good run. 76 years. That's a good run right there.
I did see actually a Facebook video that this guy is reversing his age by like doing a bunch of shit. It's like this billionaire that sold like his tech company, and he's like reversing his age by like it showed
Benjamin
videos.
Button?
Not quite like that, but it's like they do your like biological age or whatever. Like they like test you for everything, and they're like, okay, well, internally you are like 55 years old, and then they like did it 2 years later, and this guy was like 42 years old.
Really?
And because he like all he does is like work out, and like it's projected he's gonna live till 200.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, like zero chance it happens. But I wonder if I did that and be like, sir, you are biologically 82. You are in
Your
terrible
birth certificate
health.
says 29, but internally you are 85. You're going to die this afternoon.
yeah, you got about 4 years, and you might just beep, dead.
We should find this guy and let's take him out for a weekend and then see like what the aging process is after that.
But I watched like a lot of this
I
video.
feel like I'm 72 right now.
Exactly. I mean, we essentially poison our body 6 to 7 days a week. Okay, 4 days a week.
YOLO.
I mean, it's been a summer is all I'll say.
Yeah, Matt is pre-gaming the vacay.
Not pre-gaming. I'm having a couple cashies.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
You've been drinking all morning.
No, I went to breakfast, and then I went and worked a little bit, and
Then I started drinking.
and then I came home and thought about doing something productive, and then I had 2 beers and played 2K.
Well, I mean, to each their own. YOLO. I want to see what our internal age is. What are you guessing? 82?
Realistically, I'm going to say 58.
Internally, right now, I'm a little biased. 70s. Easily in my 70s. I am collecting Social Security internally right now.
You could sue the government and be like, I got the certificate that I paid a lot of money for that says, I don't got a lot of time left.
Or
money me now, please.
Should we go to a restaurant and just demand the senior discount? Like, I may look 29 on the outside, ma'am, but I'm going to need that senior discount because internally right now, I'm feeling about 73.
Do you have your papers? You just have an unopened DVD of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Be like, here you go.
He's got documentation.
I mean, at that point, if I worked for a restaurant, I'd be like, I don't care. I mean, when people would come into the golf course and be like, I'll take the senior rate, I'm not going to be like, are you over 63 years old?
Dude, these rollover minutes are wearing off quick. Jordy's going to need a nap, and he's not going to get one. It's going to be rough. Let's just move past mine. Why does being an adult suck, Matt?
Everything about it. You have to, like, work 40 hours a week, and you have to, like, take care of a property.
You do not take care of this property.
I know, exactly. That's why being an adult sucks. I have to mow my lawn later. I'm not going to do that sober.
You're not going to do that because every time you say you're going to mow your lawn, you don't.
Oh, I had to take 2 days, but I'm leaving for 8, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to need like a old school scythe to go through the lawn.
Just start hacking away and baling it up.
Honestly, I feel like I could. I should like post it on Facebook and be like, anyone want to bale my backyard?
Or no, say, I have a lawn here to mow. You can keep the grass clippings.
it's not the worst idea we've ever come up with.
And then like add a little like it would be a fun activity for the afternoon.
If you want to punish your kid who just got caught drinking at the age of 12, I'll provide the gas and lawnmower.
And the lawn.
You could just drop him off. Then they come to pick up his kid and he's drunk again. Be like, yeah, he didn't mow the lawn. We just drank. Fuck.
That's why I don't mow the lawn in the first place. Like, well, crack a couple beers, sit in the nice AC.
Maybe I do that.
Or I could go mow my lawn.
Another idea to my head. Your kid gets grounded for doing some dumbass shit. My parents definitely would have put me in this. You get grounded. You have to go and do a stranger's chores.
Gotta watch out for it.
I mean, it could definitely lead to a bunch of kidnappings or things that I don't want to talk about. But it's a decent idea.
Matt, you just have to take joy in the fact that you have a good job and that provides you with beer money. Look at it that way.
This is my last beer.
Okay, well, we will take care of that when we are done recording. Okay? So the faster we get through this recording, the faster we can go get you some more. You want some... I see some rich and rare back there. I see some other really shitty whiskey. I see a tequila and a rum. Why don't you have one of those? Maybe you'll feel better. Oh, God. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can watch Matt take this shooter, this little shot of rich. I might puke. Just watching this. I'm getting the sweats watching you right now. The look on your face says, not happy in pants.
That wasn't bad.
Matt is sad in pants.
I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me.
All right. Should we do Olympics and then get out of here?
Well, what was yours that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I was going to say how cool it is that like our comedian crew, like how awkward it started, kind of. Like we all sat at different tables like we were in high school. And we weren't even formally introduced to these guys. You'd just be like, oh, he was the guy who just did that set. Or you learn their name because they're like doing sets. And now we're all just like homies.
I do like that, especially the ones that I like. And you know who you are. But like the fact that we started doing comedy like a little over a year ago. And now things are like popping up. And like people were like, hey. Like I had another guy that's like thinking about buying a restaurant. He's like, "Hey, if I buy this restaurant, would you be interested in doing comedy there?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Do you want your patrons of your restaurant to hear my jokes? Probably not.
Yeah, it's like, well, honestly, throw us some cash. I'll come down, open bar tab, of course.
Yes.
And I'll tell some jokes. Like at this point, it's like it's nice to have a list of jokes that I know that work. But I also like trying out new jokes, so having like all those open mic nights and then getting to see people try it for the first time. Like there was a guy wearing a softball uniform that did it.
He was ready to play softball, and instead he's just at open mic night.
But did you see like a comedian before him? There was some guy that tried to back into a spot and hit a car and then drove away outside. And he ran outside and like trying to get the license plate number of a guy. It's like this guy was trying to catch a hit and run. We're just trying here to catch a buzz and have some pizza.
Yeah, usually that's how it goes. The softball guy was hilarious. Actually, did steal one of his jokes. It's also funny too because after our show, really put a lot of time and energy into that, and I kind of just kept practicing my jokes. So it was kind of the same shit over and over. But then my first time after that, I was just reading off my phone, and you're like, dude, that set was hilarious.
Oh yeah, you just dominated. You're like, these are all new jokes, but like. Fucking was like probably the most funny I've seen Jordan. Not because like Jordan's not funny, but because I've heard the same jokes. Like we do them to ourselves. Like I'm sure you get this with me. Like I'm doing my jokes. You're like,
I don't even listen to you.
Yeah, it's not funny. I'm just here.
I just time you, and if I think I can give you a pointer, I will. But most of the time, I'm not paying attention. Matter of fact, I don't even know what you've said this whole episode. I really have no idea. We talked about canned food for a while. That's about it. That's all I got.
Last thing I want to touch on before we get to Olympics is...
What is it? Tell me.
Actually, this is more of a story. So I'm in my basement, and I'm like standing by the bottom of the stairs, and the garage door flies open. someone runs in and like throws shit everywhere and like sprints.
Where is this?
I'm at the bottom and someone comes into my house and like sprints across, opens the door and goes inside. I'm like, oh, that was weird. And I go sit on the couch. Someone starts walking down the stairs. It's my roommate, and he just stops at the bottom of the stairs and goes, I shit my pants.
Oh my God.
And then he goes in to the laundry room, grabs a pair of underwear, and was like, well, see you later. And I was like, oh.
Gotta watch out for it.
Talk about a photo finish. I mean, I've had there where it's like, I was going to say something, but Jordan would be like, stop, and then we'll move on to Olympics. So we'll get after that.
There's a chance that I do that before the end of this episode. My body does not feel good right now. I feel 72 inside.
Biological age. We'll start doing that at beginning of every episode. What's your biological age?
Wasn't it 29?
I don't, it's like, what's your medical age? I'll figure out this thing, but we'll figure it out.
72 inside, 29 on the outside. My mind is of the 18-year-old. My heart, right in the pocket, 32.
I don't think my heart's very good because I was having like chest problems yesterday.
Dude, I am sweating right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right.